What is going on, guys? I hope you find this video helpful. My name is Brando Linick and I'm going to be covering your question, which is how much is a Snap Fitness franchise? But I want to make this very clear. If you're looking at this because you want to get in business, you want to be an entrepreneur, a business owner, there's a lot of things you got to be aware of: liquidated assets, upfront investment, material costs, maintenance costs, and much more. And I'm going to share those with you in a second here because I have a little bit of information on my screen, and I also am just taking some things that I've experienced personally with this over the last 4 years, having started a couple different types of businesses. And when it comes to a Snap Fitness franchise, alright, you have to have a liquidated capital, alright, and this is mandatory, it's required, or else they won't even look at you, alright, but you have to have liquidated capital, alright, of at least $75,000, alright, so not as much as a McDonald's franchise where you have to have liquidated assets, okay, of around $1 million, meaning that that would be assets that you could sell off, that's liquidated, and it would be roughly around $1 million. That would be your asset, okay, location. So with the Snap Fitness franchise, it's a lot lower. It's $75,000 when you compare it to other franchises out there. You have to have a net worth, and that is required of $250,000 a year, alright? Your upfront investment is going to be roughly around $100,000 to $300,000, alright, for a Snap Fitness franchise, and then the franchise fee is also going to be an additional $25,000. So in total, you're looking at, you have to have, like, these are the requirements, okay? First off, you have to have liquidated assets of about $75,000. You need to have a net worth of $250,000, alright, that you're making annually. And you need to have an investment, the upfront investment to actually start it. You have to have close to $100,000 and up to anywhere $300,000, alright? And then the franchise fee, of course, that goes with that, being the owner, is an additional on top of all that $25,000. And the reason why it is that is because you got to keep in mind you're buying into the brand. People already like, know, and trust Snap Fitness, but that in essence is how much it costs. Now, if you're watching this video and you're like, Brando, that's awesome, now I know, I got an idea, but I don't have, you know, $300,000 or $400,000, a total of like $500,000 to start it. I don't have that much money. And if you fall into that category and you're looking at this because you want to build a business, to be your own boss, to quit your job, if that's really what you're looking for, I wouldn't advise you to go out there and finance or get a loan from the bank. I wouldn't advise you to do that. Having seen a lot of people do this when it comes to franchising and starting out traditional businesses, it's just so much skin in the game. It can take you a long time to get your foot through the game, alright, to actually start getting a return on your investment. I've seen people take 15, 20, 30 years to pay off their debts from franchising and starting traditional businesses when they get a loan and when they finance. So I wouldn't advise you to do that. If you're looking at, you know, getting involved in business because you want to be your own boss, create leverage, time freedom, and flexibility, if that's what you're looking for, then in addition to this video, you can take this or leave it. But if you're looking at it for specifically that reason, you can take or leave this. Alright, this is just my experience, my 2 cents on it, but I would advise you, before you consider franchising, going down that road, if you're looking at it because you want to be your own boss, create your own leverage, create your own time freedom, then I've got a lead I can throw your way that can save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of debt. And my experience with this goes back about a year ago when I transitioned from a traditional brick and mortar business where I was dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, okay, and managing and maintaining all that like you'd have to do with the Snap Fitness business. And I actually put that business model off to the side and came across a person who was building a business on the internet. Now, I will be the first person to tell you that the internet is not the only way to go when it comes to building a business, but this person was leveraging the internet and leveraging systems online to do the heavy lifting for them, so they didn't have supplies or equipment or employees, and they didn't have to have liquidated assets of $75,000 or have to have $500,000 to actually start the business. They were building a business from home on the internet, and they were dealing with digital products and digital services, so they didn't have inventory, they didn't have shipping and handling, so it was all done from their laptop. And it was really cool to me because they were making, in their first year, a multiple six-figure income. So that's not average or typical. I'm not guaranteeing you the same results, just sharing with you what's possible. And because they were doing that, I reached out to them on Facebook, started to model and copy what they're doing. In less than 90 days, created a full-time income business for myself, working part-time, and had to work my butt off for that. I had to learn some things. You know, this is not a gimmick. I had to work hard at that, like you'd have to do with any business. But the cool part is I didn't have to take on supplies, equipment, or employees, or have, you know, $500,000 in the bank to actually get it going. And if you get anything out of this video, if you're really looking at building a business to create time freedom, flexibility, leverage, to do what you want, when you want, Alright? Learn to build a business on the internet. Learn to build a business online before you go out and get financing or get a loan from the bank to start franchising out. Alright, before you take that approach. Only if you're looking at starting a business, create time, freedom, leverage, and flexibility. So if that's the case, I hope this video helps you out. I know it can save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, as it did for me, even though I had already gone through a lot previously, and I'll get into that in another video. But that said, appreciate your time. Hope to see you in your success story on the next one. And if you do want to learn a little bit more information about how to build a business on the internet through digital products and services, if you're coachable, open-minded, willing to learn some things, connect with me on my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. The link will be in the description below, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.